Welcome to the show, everybody. It's the Crypto Lark, bringing you all of the latest news from around cryptocurrency land. Before we get into that, just a quick reminder that this is, of course, not professional financial advice. This is just a dude talking about cryptocurrencies on the internet. Let's get into it. Bitcoin down 3.73% on the week, which is not such a drastic downtrend as, for example, Ethereum's 10.25%. We do see a lot of red in the market. Tron, though, up 35.84% on the 7-day, likely bolstered by news of the upcoming test net. Binance Coin, 38.67% up, probably being held up by news that Binance will be moving to Malta, has a DEX coming, and of course will be onboarding fiat in the near future. Verge up nearly 60%, and Ontology 43.63% up. Newcomer to the scene, but has been performing very well since it has hit the markets. Twitter decided to join up with Facebook and Google in banning cryptocurrency ads. Unsurprising to see yet another centralized media source cracking down on cryptocurrency ads. This, of course, comes after a very recent statement by the CEO of Twitter saying that he sees Bitcoin as being the global currency. Back and forth, guys. Bring on the wave of decentralized media that is coming. Coinbase adding support for ERC20 tokens. This, of course, is fantastic news for all ERC20 tokens, as that will provide a lot of exposure for them, as Coinbase is a major place for people to buy coins anyway. And now that we have the ERC20 tokens coming, it's going to give those a lot of potential to move forward and to really get some good traction. Over in Russia, new bill aims to allow crypto payments in Russia. Now, the important thing to point out here is that this is being proposed by the Finance Ministry. So this will allow digital money to be used as money within the Russian Federation. However, this is likely to be opposed by the Central Bank of Russia, which does hold the final deciding factor in this. Unfortunately, the Central Bank of Russia has been rather anti-crypto in the past. Perhaps that will not change in the future. It'd be nice if it did, of course, because it would be fantastic for Russia to make those positive moves and to start accepting cryptocurrency as payments across the Russian Federation. It would be a massive boon for cryptocurrencies in general were it to happen. Light Pay is done. Unfortunately, the Litecoin Foundation has found that their investment over there was not being taken well. Charlie Lee came out and said, like everyone else, we got too excited about something that was too good to be true, and we optimistically overlooked many of the warning signs. Lee wrote on Twitter, I am sorry for having hyped up this company and vowed to do better due diligence in the future. Light Pay is gone. Litecoin is only down about 6% on the day after this news has come out. Seems not to be enough to shake Litecoin enthusiasts, but it is an unfortunate turn of events. I know a lot of people were very excited about the idea of Light Pay coming out. Ethos. If you have not registered yet for their Universal Wallet release, make sure you get registered. You have until the 31st to do it. 3 airdrops announced already: Smart Cash, Expire, and BitDegree. If you are signed up for the wallet, you will get some sweet, sweet airdrops, guys. Genesis Vision has teamed up with Just to Trade, a fully licensed, heavily regulated global broker with offices in the USA, Europe, Russia, China, Mexico, and India. That is amazing. A really, really good partnership for Genesis Vision. Genesis Vision, without a doubt, is one of those cryptocurrencies to keep an eye on. Request Network announces partnership with Price, Waterhouse, Cooper, France, and Francophone Africa. If you are not aware, Francophone Africa is a large chunk of the continent, including successful economies like Gabon or Senegal, as well as some of the more dysfunctional economies like the Central African Republic, for example. But nevertheless, that is a great partnership for Request Network to get. Will give them great exposure to a lot of different markets and a lot of different potential opportunities moving forward. NEM announces the private developer beta launch of Catapult. This is, of course, NEM's scaling solution. This will get NEM up to around 4,000 transactions per second. Now, Catapult has already launched on Mijin, which is NEM's private blockchain. Now we, of course, will see Catapult coming to the public blockchain. Now, in terms of transactions per second, that still leaves NEM behind some of the other cryptocurrencies, and they will have to continue developing moving forward. But nevertheless, that is some great news that we are finally seeing at least the early access to Catapult being rolled out. NEM! Moving on to our next story. Sophia the robot. Headline on Cosmopolitan India. Next to headlines like the #1 sex move every girl needs. Cool, I guess. It's nice to see, of course, that Sophia is getting some high-level recognition from Cosmopolitan. Good stuff. But, of course, that, while it may be silly, you can never underestimate the power of advertising. Substratum mini documentary featuring Substratum will run on CNN's headline news during April. That is way big time for Substratum. Now that will access millions of people who are sitting in airports waiting for their flights while CNN is playing in the background. And that will get the Substratum brand out to a lot of people. While I may not like the mainstream media, you cannot discount the fact of that's going to get it to a lot of people. So it's really great news for Substratum. IBM VP confirms Stellar Lumens will be used as bridge asset. Now this is a very interesting story. The VP recently confirmed that Stellar is a big part of IBM's blockchain platform strategy. In fact, he goes on to say IBM has no plans to create its own blockchain token as of right now, which is very interesting. They see Stellar Lumens as being such a good product. Why reinvent the wheel if you can just partner with the wheel? Makes sense to me. And of course, really great news for Stellar Lumens. Bitmain has developed an Ethereum ASIC miner, Wall Street analyst claims. Now this, of course, if true, will be very problematic for NVIDIA and AMD, and of course everyone who has been investing large chunks of money in buying those GPU cards, especially if you've done it recently. This could really shake up the Ethereum mining market. What's perhaps even more disconcerting is that 3 other companies are working on Ethereum ASICs, all at various stages of development. If we see a big influx of Ethereum ASICs on the market, that's definitely going to spell trouble for all GPU miners who are looking to mine Ethereum anyway. Interesting turn of events for sure. Over on KuCoin, all Bitcoin Cash trading pairs have been removed. Rough time for Bitcoin Cash over there on KuCoin, but they've also taken off some other trading pairs as well, some USD trading pairs, for example, and for example, trading pairs like Neo to Quantum, also a big trading pair to have taken down. The Effect.ai ICO has 2 more days until it ends. They've hit about 70% of their sale at the moment. So if you were looking to get involved and you haven't yet, there is still time to get involved. And the Omnitude ICO is kicking off in just a little under 1 day. So if you haven't looked into that yet or signed up for the token sale, make sure you get over there and get signed up. Thanks for tuning in. Long live the blockchain. And peace out till next time.